All right, let's get right into it. We're going to break down how to study so fast and so efficiently that it actually feels like you're cheating. I mean, have you ever had this happen? You spend days, literally days studying, just grinding it out, only to see the same grade as that person who just crammed everything in the night before. It is one of the most frustrating feelings ever, right? And this is exactly what it feels like. You've got this massive, exhausting pile of work on one side, we're talking late nights, saying no to friends, just complete mental burnout. And on the other side, the grade is, well, it's just average. It is so discouraging. But listen, this is so important, and I really want you to hear this. The problem is not you. It's not that you're not smart enough or you're not working hard enough. It's your method. The way most of us are taught to study is just outdated. It's broken. So, you know what? Let's fix it. First things first, we have to prime your brain for peak performance. Think of it like warming up before a big game. This is all the stuff you need to do before you even crack open a book. Because what you feed your mind, both with food and with your thoughts, makes a huge difference. So, let's talk about fuel. You know that urge to grab something sugary for a quick energy boost? Yeah, we all do it. But it's actually working against you. A brain on sugar is foggy, it's slow, it's distracted. But when you swap that for some real brain food, you get a mind that's focused, fast, and super clear. And look, this isn't just some friendly advice. This is backed by some serious science. A UCLA study found that too much sugar literally slows your brain down. It messes with your focus and reasoning. So the takeaway here is super simple. Trade that candy bar for some nuts, fish, or berries. You will actually feel the difference in your memory and focus. Now, the other piece of the puzzle is your mindset. It's huge. If you sit down and you're thinking, this is going to be a nightmare, well, guess what? You're basically programming yourself to fail. But if you switch that up, if you go in with a strategic mindset and tell yourself, okay, I can knock this out in an hour, your brain actually listens and steps up. This is the whole idea right here. Your brain does exactly what you tell it to do. It's wild. There was this fascinating Harvard study, get this. They told a group of hotel workers that their daily cleaning job was basically a great workout. And without changing a single thing, their health actually improved. Lower blood pressure, the whole deal. Just because they believed it. So tell your brain this is doable and watch what happens. All right, so your brain is fueled up and you're in the right mindset. Now we've got to beat the clock. And this is not about rushing in a panic. No, this is about mastering your time and being incredibly deliberate with every single minute. You've probably experienced this even if you haven't heard the name for it. Parkinson's Law. It's this simple but powerful idea that work just expands to fill whatever time you give it. You know how it is, right? You have all day to write one short email, and somehow it takes all day. We have got to break that cycle. And here's the hack to do it, the 30-minute focus session. Just set a timer. That's it. The second that countdown starts, it creates this sense of urgency that forces your brain to get efficient. It's like a mini deadline that kicks you into high gear. No more procrastinating. Okay, so we're managing our time. Now let's manage the information. This is where the 80-20 rule comes in, and it's a total game changer. The basic idea is that for pretty much any subject, a tiny 20% of the concepts are going to give you 80% of your results on the exam. So the secret is to stop treating everything like it's equally important, because it's not. So how do you find that golden 20%? You've got to become a detective. Go straight for the chapter summaries. What topics does your professor keep bringing up over and over again? Hunt down past exams and look for patterns. You should constantly be asking yourself, okay, what's the one big idea here? Okay, this next part is my absolute favorite strategy because it feels completely backward, but trust me, it is so incredibly powerful. We're not going to start on page 1. We're going to flip all the way to the end and reverse engineer the test itself. Here's how the answers first method works. Your first move is to go right to the practice questions at the end of the chapter. But here's the key. Don't just try to answer them. Analyze the questions and the answers. See the format, the keywords, the logic. This gives you a cheat sheet for what really matters, so you can go back and study only the stuff you know you need to solve those problems. This whole approach also helps you dodge one of the biggest time-wasting traps in all of studying, and we all do it. We love to review the topics we're already comfortable with because it feels good and productive. But that feeling, it's a total illusion. Think about it like this. You have the comfort zone where you just keep rereading stuff you've already mastered. It's easy, it feels great, but you learn zero, nothing new. And then you have the growth zone. This is where you tackle the stuff that's hard, the concepts you don't get yet. It feels tough, but that's where all the real progress happens. That is what will actually improve your grade. And to really speed up that growth, try this advanced move, horizontal learning. So instead of just memorizing facts in little isolated boxes, you start connecting them. You're not just learning about the immune system on its own. You're asking, hey, how does this connect to what I learned about cells last month? You're building a web of knowledge, not just a list of facts. And it makes everything stick so much better. Okay, let's bring all of this into the 21st century. We have some seriously powerful tools at our fingertips now that can put these strategies on steroids. And then we'll cover the final, crucial step to make sure all this hard work is locked in for good. Think about AI tools like ChatGPT as your own personal study partner. You can throw a dense 30-page chapter at it and say, give me the main points, and boom, you have an instant summary. You can ask it to create a practice test for you. You can have it explain a concept you're stuck on in 5 different ways until it finally clicks. It's an incredible time saver. And let me be really clear. This is not cheating. Not at all. This is about being smart and efficient. It's like having a 24/7 personal assistant. You're just outsourcing the boring, repetitive work so you can use your actual brain power for what really matters, understanding the material deeply. And finally, the ultimate lock-in strategy. This is your secret weapon. Keep a simple list, a notebook, a document, whatever, of every single practice question you get wrong. This error log becomes your personalized, high-value study guide. Right before the exam, you're not rereading the whole book, you're just reviewing your specific mistakes. You're literally turning your weaknesses into strength. So let's bring this all home with this one thought. At the end of the day, all of these techniques, from what you eat to how you use AI, they all serve one purpose. The point of studying efficiently isn't just to get better grades. The real goal isn't to study more. It's to live more. It's about getting your time back so you can actually have a life. By studying smarter, not harder, you're not just gaining a few points on an exam. You're gaining hours in your day and weeks in your year. So the real question I want to leave you with is, now that you have all this time,